I got big goals, baby, ain't where the money at. Look, I just need the info. Pronto, I go and get it and split it with my kinfolk daily. And I'm the type of that might change my number on you. Yeah, that's how you react when people took a slumber on you. Pretty brown skin, baby, I can see the summer on you. You see all the bread, and I know it make you wonder, don't you, don't you, don't you? I ain't surprised at all. Seen them rise and fall. Went up the mountain, it wasn't hard to climb at all. At the top, I found some relief. I finally got some peace. Carry over, please don't mess up the mood. Yeah, I worked too hard for it. No, I need to beat it before you mess up the mood. Yeah, ooh, I worked too hard for it. Enemies, so please don't mess up the mood. Don't mess up the mood. Don't mess up the mood. Yeah, I worked too hard for it. Yeah, don't mess up the mood. Oh, it's so crucial, I gotta keep it. It's in the ass everywhere. No, it's not a secret. And I bet they didn't think that I'd ever get it. Everything you done, I get it.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome down. We're doing a special international episode of the DJs Guru Hangout, episode 9. We're doing a guided tour of the suite of Ape Labs products with the man himself, Mr. Julius Schrenk, the managing. Not you, Jason. You are the man. We know that. Yes, of course. Not me. But the man himself. And Mr. Julius Schrenk, managing director. He's about 1 hour outside of Munich, Germany right now. If anyone has ever gone for Oktoberfest, you've been close to where he is right now. I believe he's actually drinking beer at the moment. So
I'm a little jealous.
German. And anyone who's German like me knows that it's just, part of the culture. So good lights and beer, right?
It's like heaven.
Yeah. So
I can't believe we're on episode 9. I'm happy about that. And I only missed one show. So I'm back.
Yeah, but you were working, so it's okay. I'm happy about that. Listen, right. Jason.
Yes.
Somehow we went from starting a show about software, and now we've got big wigs on from international. So
it must be our boyish good looks and charisma.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm just glad that we're doing something right and people are paying attention and we're making people happy. That's the main goal. So
and we're bringing stuff that gets us excited. No one's telling us what to do when we do these shows. We're doing our research, we're talking to the DJs, and this is what we're getting kicked back. We're not just making it up on our own. We're like, this is what they want, let's bring it to them.
A lot of Ape Labs, not a new product by any means, any stretch of the imagination. Probably been in the United States for 5 years plus, has been in Germany longer than that. And just like RCF, just like a lot of brands that I've focused on lately, I now have the ability to really look at products a different way. And I really want to showcase the ones that I feel are going to enhance the lives of mobile DJs, club DJs, working DJs, even if you're streaming at home. I mean, I've been using the Ape Sticks strictly for streaming, and it's that experience that really led me to where we are today, because I started to fall in love with the brand, and I was able to work out this connection with Julius, and I thought I kind of knew him through the product, if that makes sense. It made sense to me. It really spoke to me because of the integration, the ease of use, the fact that I want to focus on music. I don't want to worry about the lighting so much, but I also know that lighting needs to look good. It's important, and it does create a lot of energy within a room, So I want the best of both worlds, right?
Well, and you're forgetting a main factor. As working mobile DJs that are going into venues, we have a very limited amount of time to accomplish certain goals that the client has given to us, and having lighting with this quick and easy setup cuts off so much time for us, which it's critical. So
that and that plus the fact of what has happened and transpired over the last year, everything seems to be getting smaller, more integrated. Yes. And for a solo op, I think this is a great product for you because you can fit, you know, a 12-pack of uplights and cans in two hands, and you know, you have a full lighting show.
Right.
Happening here. You don't necessarily need a whole new vehicle now with the way that, you know, portable column arrays are becoming more popular. Lighting is becoming more integrated. You know, it's great for a solo op. For a multi-op that maybe wants to send out people that have these smaller vehicles with lights, this is a great opportunity for you because they're easy to use. They're easy to train. They are made well. They can withstand the rigors of, you know, when you sub out parties, they're not always going to take the same care of them as you are as the owner, right? So they're kind of dumb-proof in that way. They're IP54 rated, so you can use them outdoors. I mean, there's so many good things about them for a multi-op too that you can rent them out. So enough about us. Jason, what is your experience? Because I know you know a lot about them from the origin when they first came to the U.S.
Well, I mean, when I first started to see their product pop up, it was from other DJs that have discovered it and they could not stop talking about it. So it was like, well, hey, wait a second. If there's chatter within the DJ community before I'm starting to see it in the manufacturing side of the business that I'm in, or even online and social media, I'm like, there's something to this. And then I had opportunity with the trade shows to get my hands on it and to see the build quality and to really get to understand that it's just not this Me Too product. They didn't just, you know, mimic things that are already out there. They created something completely different, and as if it's a product that focuses on our industry specifically, where LED lighting could be in so many different, you know, architectural designs, and where this is like for us. And that's what gets me excited. And, you know, speaking to Julius and getting to hear about his story and how it all came to be and how it integrates into our world. I mean, this is right up the DJ Guru's alley. So can I say without further ado, or what's going on? Can we bring him on?
You can do the intro, Jason. You're more of an MC than I am.
Because I have to pull out the mic and be like, ladies and gentlemen. No. All right,
let's do it,
Justin. Let's bring him in.
All right. So without any further ado, coming to us live from Germany with a beer in hand, the managing director of Ape Labs Germany, Mr. Julius Schrenk, who everyone says looks like me.
Beer. This is the promised beer that you want to see. So cheers to you guys, and thank you very much for inviting me to your podcast, to your show. And this is a special day, and I'm wearing a special T-shirt. So this says everything. Thank you, sir. Thank you guys for inviting me to your show.
And that is a great lead into the fact that Ape Labs USA has authorized me to give away some T-shirts. So we're going to do a Ape Labs USA T-shirt giveaway and a DJs Guru T-shirt giveaway. All you have to do, if you're watching right now on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We love you guys. Welcome to the DJs Guru fam. And all you have to do is share this video. Share this video. And when I get my bearings back later, I will go through them and we will send out free T-shirts to several of the people that share. I'm not talking about one person. We're going to send out some T-shirts, all right? And we really appreciate your support. We really appreciate you being here today with us to learn more about this suite of products, and we're going to go through everything. So let's start with welcoming you, Julius. Thank you for coming on. It really is a pleasure.
You're welcome.
There's not a lot of owners, I feel like, that would do this. So I think it's really cool to have you on. So let's talk a little bit about you and then lead that into the origin of Ape Labs, because I know you were in the events business, right?
Absolutely, that's correct. And this is where I started. I mean, I think we have the same history, or we had the same things in the past. So we had some, I'm having interest in technician things and or technical things and lighting. And I started as a, what's the term, trainee or appreciate. I don't know what's the term in English is.
Yeah, an apprentice or a trainee. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's the word. So in a discotheque, and I made the lighting there, and we had every time the issue we had objects that has to be uplighted, but they were in the middle of a room, and we had no power outlet, and we need we need a solution for that. And this when I started was a simple battery and some LEDs and a simple switch from a wall, and so this is how I started with everything, and so some days later it becomes more serious, and I started to make my own designs and housings of light, and but how you can imagine it was not easy in the beginning, because there is a big market with big brands all over the world. And then there is a young guy in the age of, I was 23, and you coming up and say, hey, this is the new shit. This is good for you. This is what you need. This is the problem solver for you.
Julius, I don't want to cut you off, but what you did is what a lot of DJs have done in the past year during the pandemic, where they couldn't DJ. And I've seen DJs who are now making DJ booths, making software products. They're learning how to do something because they see something that maybe they can do better, and they're just doing it themselves. So you're like an inspiration to those people.
Take the crisis and make the best of it at this point, because there is no alternative thing you could do in that time. And I mean, after all, that was no crisis in the beginning, but for all the people out there and DJs, and I'm so sorry for everything, because it's not only this crisis hurts everybody, and not only business. It's the things that we feel every day. So think that in Germany there were a period when you can't go out of the door, and you have to be back at 9 p.m. at night. Otherwise, you have to pay a fee to the police and so forth. So take this time and bring your ideas to paper and come up with new ideas and just do it. Just do it.
Right. Well, listen, the pandemic gave Justin and I more time to be able to, create this and dial it in a lot better. So there is definitely a silver lining to everything. I have a question for you quickly. How many countries, or how far of a reach does Ape Labs have now? Where are you represented in, all over the globe at this point?
Honestly, I don't know exactly the digits, but in Europe we are strong. I mean, core we started in Germany, and of course, right? But we are strong in France, and we have a lot of customers in Spain, Italy, and Japan, and in Ireland. And don't ask me for details, but it's it's growing, and I'm happy for that. And that shows me that I'm not alone here. My team is, I'm nothing without my team here, and we do that together. So I think we did great in the past, and we keep on going forward.
Awesome.
What was the first product? I got a stick. Every time I talk, it goes off.
So I could do something, but that would take 15
That's music mode, baby.
Because I have a cupboard where the history is in. So if you want me, I can just take that and show you that. The first product was called Mobilite, and it was made in the housing was a flight case. So that was my first product, because when I started, I didn't work only in a discotheque. At the weekend, I made installations and setups with a production company, sound and light rental, and we had all the flight cases. And every time we outboxed it, and then we so dismantling and setup and cleaning after all. So an asset hey, why don't putting that light directly in the flight case and make that cute? That it was a small flight case. So maybe if we have time later, I can just pick one in the back of me in the other part of the building, and I could show you that first light.
That would be great. I'd love that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So, sorry about that. I was doing something. Julius, it was the can though that I think was your springboard, right? And there's a very interesting story behind the can. Do you want to tell us about kind of what happened and how the can became your springboard to where we are today?
Which story you heard?
I heard that there was a Kickstarter.
Yes, there was also a Kickstarter, right? Yeah.
So I don't want to guess. I want to hear it from you.
So the truth of the can, of the light can, is that we have Red Bull. I think you also have Red Bull, right, in the US, the energy drink, right? And so there were some evening when when you want to have stuff anyhow, what in the evening and all the shops are closed, you go to a gas station. You can have everything at a gas station. I think same on your side. So and then there was a rack with cans, with Coca-Cola and different cans. But the Red Bull can was pretty sexy and the rack was clean. So I said myself, okay, I like the design and the shape. I like the shape of this can. And then I visited one day later. A friend of mine is the owner of a discotheque, and I said, hey, can I have an empty tray of Red Bull? So in the tray are 24 cans. And then I took the saw. I opened up that original Red Bull cans and built it in some LEDs and little LED optic and then tried it and figured out how it appears to me, to my eyes, and so I fell in love, and the rest is a story.
That's an amazing story to say that you used the design of a Red Bull can and actually chopped it up. I mean, there's a lot of us out there that are watching that want to know the genius behind how something comes to be, and that's a great story.
But Red Bull has no, there's nothing to do with this. They have no skin in this game. All the disclaimers that I need to say, whatever those are.
Format, you have a diameter, you have a height, and I mean, even we don't use them. So how to make a regular can is a science. This is what I learned. This is not easy, but we are doing. We don't having that thin material. We have professional, thick housings made of aircraft aluminum. It's really reliable, stable, robust. So it's just a shape. Yeah.
Do you have a can there in front of you?
Sure. And it's the can with the new adaptation here. So that we made recently. So just turning that off here. So the regular, I think everybody now knows the regular can. And so this is just a new light adapter here for table lighting. It's not blinding. And I have that here to show you that. I'm not sure if you have seen that before, but this is pretty new.
That's new to me. Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like a little mini, it's like a little mini stick. It's like a little mini stick.
Yeah.
So that's the can, and and that really was your I gotta turn it off. That was your springboard to other products. So before we go into the suite of products and start talking about each individual one, I'd still want to talk a little bit more about your story and then who Ape Labs and what Ape Labs is as the company. So my next question for you, we talked about the origin of Ape, and now I'd like to hear you talk about the mission of Ape. What makes Ape Labs different?
Honestly, I love satisfied customers, and I hate that what I allowed by my person in the past. So If you're buying from a manufacturer or from a brand, a product, and nothing is compatible to each other, and I mean, be honest, that sucks. So if you have this item and then you're buying that and you're expecting, I mean, for example, if I'm, we have in Germany those cars, everybody knows that Audi or BMW or Mercedes. So it doesn't matter if you're sitting in a small or in a big Mercedes, because the way how to control the systems in each of those cars is every time the same. Same with the big brand with the Apple brand on it. So it doesn't matter what kind of device you have in your hand. Everything is compatible to each other, and this is what I love. So you have a brand, and the brand is not only something to sell something or to make profit or things like that. It's more like a mission. Satisfied customers, you have that. You can trust the brand, right? And this is what I'm doing. So everything is long term. You know what? Since I earned my first euro, it took me years, really. I mean, it's not like that I was sleeping under a bridge, but so a regular life, a normal life, really not overdriven, a normal life. So it took me 6-7 years, and before we had the opportunity to make toolings here in that building or new electronic boards, that everything costs money, and but it was a very long way. And so the mission of Ape Labs is clear. We want to have satisfied customers, and I think the people see that we are doing that. And if somebody has a problem with anything, because it's only technical things and issues can happen, we are every time there. It doesn't take 24 hours till we reply to an email or we are sending a spare part. So this is what we want to have. And I think if you're going to all those groups and the internet social media groups, so people know that we are pretty good with support, and this is what we are also famous for, because go to different manufacturers and ask for a spare part. I mean, for example, drop something down from a I don't, it doesn't matter, but if something is broken and you need help from a brand, you need help from the manufacturer, that takes time from the most of the manufacturer. Right. And I think time is money, and this is your business, the DJ industry, and everything is fast, so react quick. And this is what we're doing here.
Right. And coming from my side of the industry too, I've been in manufacturing for 20 years as a representative. That customer service goal of yours is probably key. People just want to know that there's somebody that they can communicate with, that there's representation where they live, there's available parts, there's service centers, all those things. And if the owner, CEO, or the developer of the company is like-minded like that, the DJs that are really investing money into this industry are going to gravitate to your company regardless of what you're making. So to hear that from you, you'll start even to see it in the comments. People are like, wow, this is, we knew the product, now we know the company. It doesn't get any better than this.
Couple things I want to say. The first thing is, obviously I represent many lighting products, right? So the main thing that I recommend is wherever it's made, the goal is to make sure that there's support here in the United States. That's what we recommend at the DJs Guru, because at some point you're going to have a problem and you're going to need tech support. You're going to need a part. You're going to need something else other than just buy it and it works perfect forever. So we also want to support people here in the States that are helping us to get these products out there and to do that. The guys and girls that are at the trade shows and working and grinding just like we are. So that's the other side of it. The other thing I want to say is just to speak about Julius's customer service. I was told that when he first came into the US, there was a bit of a problem with an initial light. And Julius was so concerned and cared so much. This man boarded a plane with parts, went to the United States, and fixed all the lights himself for the customers.
And I made and I made that 3 times. And after the 3rd time, everything was fixed. That was in 2014 or 13. I can't remember exactly, but I mean, this is what I told you. I didn't earn any euro, any buck, any dollar, because I spent everything in you know, I want to have products that are working, that are reliable, and that we had the issue in the beginning with an electronic component that was not in my hand. Everything, the mass was correctly, but so there was something that was not in my hand, and we did not have the power for the quality management in the beginning, and so we reproduced the correct parts, components, and I put that in my backpack, and I flown to the US and fixed it by myself with my, you know,
I love it.
with a bag with tools, and I fixed that. So I stayed there for 36 hours, and I flown back, and I fixed. Okay, I want to have everything working and satisfied customer. And please, everybody knows we have on our website on apelabs.com, there's my phone number, and I make sometimes my phone number official in social media. Everybody can call me, and I'm listening and I'm helping. Again, I think that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. So
More
really,
than anything else.
it's just, just pointing out that, again, any company starts with its CEO, with its leader, So if you're willing to do that, I can only imagine what people that work for you are willing to do for you.
The team.
So I think this is a good opportunity because we have Anthony, the Ape Labs USA rep. He's going to be actually on a gig with Maxi. So he's going to be checking in with us soon, hit a little traffic. But I wanted to take a chance to say hello to our audience. I know
and
they
maybe
have
answer. There's some good questions. Yeah, some good questions.
Yeah. So what's up, Brett? My boy down from Nashville. He just did a crazy DMX training class for his group down there. Great job, Brett. What's going on, DJ Johnny R? How are you? Thanks for tuning in. This one I love. What's up, Switch? How you doing? Us DJs, man, we want to focus on the music. Let Ape Labs focus on the lights.
Yeah.
Keisha Marie, how you doing, Keisha? She runs Midwest DJs Live up in Wisconsin. So she loves Ape Labs. She has coins and Maxi, and she loves them. So thanks, Keisha, for watching. What's up, Big Nick? How you doing, brother?
That's Team
All right,
DJ
we got a
Guru
question
right
here.
there.
First, he likes solid colors, encasing preferred. This is what he's saying. I don't like the encasing design. I do upscale events. Do you offer it in chrome white? Well, the Maxi is chrome, right?
Maxi is chrome, right?
I don't know what Ezra. What light are you asking about?
So the one that you had in your hand, it has that design along
maybe
the casing. I like that. I personally like that.
The can.
The can.
Are you ready to? You want to talk about that?
Who was it? Keisha?
That was Ezra.
Sorry, Ezra. Get in touch with Andy from Ape Labs USA. We shipped over white labels. So we got white labels.
We got them coming in white, folks. Yes. Yeah. The answer to your question is
just get in touch with Andy. We have now the white labels, the original white labels there. No problem.
So that said, you will have cans available in white very shortly, and from what I'm told, within the next couple of weeks, they should be.
Or is it an overlay that they could put on their existing can?
I would recommend just to remove the original label and then replace with new, because that otherwise it doesn't look good.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
By the way, they like you. They like you, Julius. They like you. They're probably talking about you, Jason.
Thank you, community.
All right, here's a question. How are Ape Labs lights with video flicker and camera shutter? And this is actually a great question because I personally have been using them indoors for live streaming. We have the stick here as we showed you before, and that's when I really fell in love with them because they're like the perfect live stream light. So talk about that.
So in detail, the pulse wide modulation, it's a bad, complicated word. Pulse wide modulation, so technical term, is 500. So we are talking about 500. What is the term? Hertz? How do you say that?
Hertz. Yep.
Hertz, right? 500 hertz. So it's not made for high-speed cameras or for that overdriven cameras, but for regular cameras and streaming and regular TV applications, 500 hertz is absolutely fine.
Yeah, I've had really good luck with the lighting in background of 1080p.
And at this point, I mean, we are having some streams now. You're having a camera there, and Jason and Justin and me, and there's no flickering even with regular camera, so it works proper.
Yeah.
All right, I think it's time to start getting into the products. You got the coin there?
Built in the table. I can you see that? I mean, this is
the coin is actually underneath that tube, right?
Yeah, but I can remove that coin out of the table.
Go ahead, go grab it.
Sure. Give me a second.
Yeah. All right. Jason.
Yes.
How you doing, brother?
I am extremely upset right now.
Why?
Because I don't have any Ape Labs, and I need to get some. I like how in the little break that you took, you built your magnetic pole and put the sticks up. That's cool. I mean, I'm running like, it's daytime today. I mean, typically we broadcast at night, but like my lights are on and they stink.
I got to get him to explain music mode to me without giving away his proprietary secrets, but I don't. It's incredible. So talk to us about the coin. And the coin is your entry level product, basically.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's pretty smart and small boy here. That light. Let me turn it off first, so we can just pull that cable out. So the coin comes with all the intelligence as the bigger products has. So we're talking about the same microcontroller, the same microphone technology, and but it's small and it's powered just by 5 volt by a regular USB, and that makes it item pretty flexible, right? And you even have the possibility to make all that optional adapters like what we talked about before. This adapter, because the threads are the same every time. We want to have a system that everything is compatible to each other. I could take this part now and just mount it on the coin, and so this makes it also flexible, and you can change lenses, and there is a magnet on it, a pretty strong magnet, and all the thread for adapters to mount it with a magnet or with a single stand, something like that. So I think it's the entry to Ape Labs is the coin and all the skills of the software. You can see that and alive that on a coin, and if you like it, maybe.
But the coin has no battery in it. That plug is not to charge it. It's to use an external battery to power it, correct?
Right. On a laptop, on a smartphone charger, on a, we call that in Germany, power bank. I think
Yep, power bank.
Power bank?
Yeah.
Just a smartphone battery. Here's the camera. Yeah.
Right. But the can has the battery built into it, so the can is a standalone piece. Right.
That's the difference. Because maybe you're in a venue, you have the application. There are power outlets. There are some possibilities that you have power and you don't need this wireless thing. And this is why we made that Ape coin. And I mean, it's cheaper because we don't have the bigger housing, and of course we don't have the battery, right? And sometimes you don't need the bigger thing or the battery, the wireless thing. So this is enough. So why not the coin, right?
One of the things that I think is important when I say suite of products from Ape Labs, the thing that I have noticed and that I didn't really understand before, because all the videos, all the content out there, it's individual items. And when you're looking at these things individually, they don't really make sense, right? Because you say, oh, well, that's this, or, because you're looking at it like it's a Swiss Army knife, where the truth is they're really meant to be used together in different applications. So like the coin, it's not meant to be an uplight. It's meant to be an accent light. I know many people that use it for truss warming, for their facades. I personally would love to put some in the studio here because I won't have to worry about wireless. I can plug them into an adapter, and they're great for indoor lighting. And again, they're going to synchronize with my wireless Ape remote, with my W app, and now I can do different little things. Like I could have little coins on my desk here while I'm streaming if I wanted to, you know? So it's again utilizing these products within what they're designed for, and then you'll see when you start to join them together what you can create with this suite of products. So let's move on to the Can, which is this is like you know, like I said, gave you your springboard before, and let's talk a little bit about that.
During your nice speech, I took the time and just swapped the adapter here, just to let you know how that works, right? And ta-da! This is what I mean with everything is compatible to each other, and we wanna have a big, or give the community a big playground with the components and with the products. So just change it, and so I can remove that, right? And that's it. And oh, there's the camera, right? So and here's the Can. So what I do now is I'm just taking this lens. Give me just a little second and fixing the Can. And there we go with the Can. And that's it, right? This is the Can. So the light output, the light, let's say the light setup, the LED and the optics of an Ape coin and of the light Can is exactly the same. Only difference is you are extremely flexible with that USB thing. On the other hand, and it's of course it's cheaper, right? And this is the wireless thing, right? So for all the applications when there is no outlet, and yeah, we are famous for our V optic. So there's a effect optic that the Can comes always with that standard optic with the V. And for the traditional uplighting, we have also this 10-degree traditional tight wash optic and the frost. So you can adjust it every time, and the lights are doing exactly that what you need. You need special decoration effects with a V, no problem. You need the traditional wash, no problem. You need to light up any scrims, a cover of a table or something like that. You need a flute, no problem. Just swapping the LED optic, and all those optics are compatible for the most of the products. So in this product range. So this is the point.
So I'm the audio guy, but I respect and appreciate lighting. So I'm going to ask a lot of more basic questions for guys that probably are on the same level of knowledge with lighting that I'm at. So what I've seen is that these are all standalone products that have no DMX in and out. You have your own little universe where you can control them with your 2.4 remote controls, but you can take your Ape lights and integrate them into an environment where somebody is running DMX and wireless DMX with other products, and they can have the control with software and hardware controllers as well. Or is it designed to only work within its own universe?
Good question. So first of all, you have
Jason's kind of jumping ahead to control.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm like,
yeah. Ultimately, I'll answer his quick question quickly when we'll get to the W app, but the W app is basically the hub that allows you to do that.
So the answer is yes,
right.
And we'll get into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you have 3 ways to control it. First way is the that little guy here, that little remote. It looks like an infrared, but it isn't. There is a microcontroller. There is Wi-Fi integrated. So it's just the housing from those regular IRs. But there is high-tech inside. So it has also very long range, right? So this is one way to control the lights. Second way is with wireless DMX. And for wireless DMX, you need this little hub, this W app. Right. We call it W app. And this W app has 2 features. It's not only wireless DMX transmitter, it's also a receiver. If you have 2 of them, you can make also its Jason, maybe not for you as an expert, but for the lighting guys, you can make a wireless DMX bridge. So you can just transfer wireless DMX with that device, with the W app. So take one as a transmitter.
Okay,
and
good,
the other
great.
receiver. That's also possible. And the third option is control your lights via your smartphone with Android or iOS. So with the app.
Fantastic. Sorry for jumping ahead. I do.
No, it's
tend to
okay.
do that.
You're right to do that. It's fine.
You're welcome.
I swear, I got to give this guy like a Ritalin before we start, I think. It's okay. Since we're talking about Ape Labs and the ecosystem, before we get into more products, talk about the LED diode, because that seems to be a sticking point. A lot of people want to know why no amber. It's RGBW, right? And these are 15-watt LED diodes that essentially every single product has the same LED diode in it, right? Whether it's 1 or 3 or, the number changes, but the diode, whether it's the coin, in the same way that QSC has the same amplifier in the K8 as opposed to the K12, the Ape Lab has the same LED, right, in the least expensive product as it does in the most expensive product. Is that right?
They would ask me for the special for the what's the term? Yeah, for detailed information of the LED, but it's a standard LED. But the point is that we maybe some people figured out, and this is honestly not hard. We have a long running battery life of each charging cycle of a light, and there is a size of the battery. And so some people come to us and say, hey, your battery has only this capacity, but it lasts so long. And this is also an issue that has something to do with our what is the term in English? So we don't tell anybody that. This is our secret, because we have very smart software. The software took us very long to make that. And even the same with the LED. It's the efficiency of the LED, how we're driving the LED, how we made the software of the LED, and it's a mix of LED optic and the LED. And this is why it is bright and it's good. Even the same thing with the amber. I can mix you an amber with our RGBW LED, and I swear this amber looks exactly the same like an original amber LED chip.
All right, so
it's perfect. You won't see a difference, really.
So that's the other thing. So the other thing is, why no amber, right? Why no UV? That's the other sticking or the other question that I get a lot. So basically, I've heard many people that use Ape Lab that show me pictures of how they create amber, and it looks great. And then anyone watching this, if you can tell me that you have Ape Lab and you have not been able to create amber, please drop the comment in and let us know so we can help you with it, because you got Julius here saying that he's able to do it. I have many customers who have bought them saying they can do it. So if there's bad information out there, we want to clear it up. So how are you getting amber, Julius?
We mix it. I mean, we are currently. Always you can mix that with DMX or with a desk, with a lighting desk and wireless DMX. So you can adjust it exactly how you want to have your amber. But I mean, we have preset colors on the remote, or even with the smartphone and with the W app, you can make a pretty good amber. And the point is, we are working currently on a new software concept, and trust me, that takes really long. It's nothing that you do within a month or 3 months. So it's a middle term thing for us. But we hope to be finished by the end of the year with that new software concept. By the way, everyone can download that in the App Store and Google stores, and make that new software update via the W app on your lights, on your existing lights, for free, of course, and with new preset colors, with new features and so forth. We will also improve the little shades of colors, like in a white or in the amber thing. And but the point is, so it's really a big matter of software and electronics, because that LED chip that we are using now is RGB, so you have 3, and then there is the let's say the fourth is in our case it's the white. If we want to have amber, we would have 5, and then the whole concept with the app and with you know, with our microcontroller that doesn't match us in the past. Good to good, it doesn't match good in the past, but we are working now on new software structure and on some hardware changes, and to make that also better for people that want to have amber and truth. But again, that amber that you can mix with an Ape Labs light with a Maxi. I have a Maxi here, and so the Maxi the amber that I can mix with this light, it's, I mean, in my opinion, it's more or less the same amber that a true amber chip makes. So,
all right, before this is over, you got to show it to us.
Sure. Let's see which group is that. It's on group. Hold on. Oh, it's 4.
And this is through the remote?
It's through the remote. I mean, this. Can you see that?
Yeah. Wow.
I mean,
That's not amber?
Is this?
All right. Change
amber?
my mind in the comments and tell me how that's not amber, please.
So I make that with the remote. So this is one of the preset colors we have, and can you see that in the camera?
Oh yeah, it looks great. It looks great.
In real, it's amber, and in the camera, it appears to be this is amber.
This is one of those
opportunities. Shoot it up against the wall.
Sure.
This is one of those opportunities where you learn about engineering a little bit, and you learn about the fact that they don't have amber and UV because they have white, and they don't need the amber and the UV.
Can you see that?
Right. Yes, it looks good. Good.
Hold on, wait, let me.
All right.
Look great. So I think we kind of debunked that, Jason. Would you agree? Yeah, I mean, you're on the mobile DJ side more than I am.
Right.
Would any of your clients be upset about that amber?
No, not at all. Not at all. And I think
most
of the time,
would you be giving money back? Would you be giving money back?
No,
okay.
Not with that. No way. So I have another.
Right, so
I like to one more question about the LED diodes, because we were hitting on that. In the past, and I've experienced this myself. I've bought the same LED light multiple times, but at different times, and I've noticed that the lights they don't match. This could be something that everybody is fixed, and I'm not sure. And I'm sure there are people in the comments that'll be like, "Yeah, I have ones that don't match."
It's a great question, Britt. It's a great question.
If I buy an Ape Labs light today, will it match the one I bought 5 years ago?
All right, let me translate that for him.
It's the same, or
let me.
Yeah, translate it for me.
Yeah. So your factory and where you get your LED diode from, is there an agreement that you have with them that the standards will stay the same for a certain period of time?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, now I know what you mean. All right, so sure. I mean, if we in electronics, so the components, it's only a matter of the definition, what you say or what you define in your spreadsheet. So of course, so the LED board with that revision, this revision of this of this electronic board, which inside there's a special number for that, like AP3.x. Anyhow. Right. So if I reorder that from my electronic supplier, by the way, my electronic supplier is not abroad, also in Germany, like the factory that is doing the metal, the factory that is doing that rubber feeds, the factory this is Germany. So of course we have exactly the spare parts, and we can make sure that an LED board for this type of light is exactly the same today, in a year, and in 6 years.
I think that's very important for DJs that are building their inventory, where they might start with 6 but buy 60.
And Jason, sorry to interrupt you. You know what? I was very upset when I heard a story of a big manufacturer for home speakers, wireless home speakers. I will not say the brand, but the story was they came up with a how do you call that, a press release that
Right.
they don't support the current product series with new software updates, and it's necessary to run that wireless speaker with an app. So, and they said, but don't worry, buy the new shit and you get a discount of 30%. So, and
Wow.
and hey, what's wrong with them? This is, you make electronical garbage with an action like that. So I hate that. So again, we came out first with that Can in 2014, I think, the first version of the Can, and with the W app and the smartphone control and so forth. And we came up by, I think it was the beginning of 2019. So we are talking about a new feature, a new software technology, 6, 7, 8 years later, and of course, it works with the system that we produced in the past, and we will follow up with that even in the future. So I hate electronic garbage. So of course, we have that available, that things, and but hey, you cannot go out as a manufacturer. You're producing 5 years long a wireless speaker. You mount it on a wall, for example. You fix it on a wall. You spend $10,000 in a system. And then the manufacturer comes out and say, hey, your hardware, your electronic, your speakers, everything is fine, but to control that, you need an app. We don't support the app anymore longer, but you can buy the new speakers and spend 10 grand again. What's wrong with them? I hate that. So we don't.
Right. And customers customers today are too smart and have access to too much information for a manufacturer to be able to get over on them like that, to say that, oh, you have to buy everything all again. They're going to lose the business. I mean, during the day, I sell speaker components to OEM speaker manufacturers, and the speaker that they buy today is the same one that they've had in their speaker 10 or 15 years ago. So there's nothing different. And I think that creates longevity in a manufacturer if they stay consistent with the products that they're building.
It doesn't mean that we don't come out in the future with new products.
Right.
This is not what I said. The only thing is you have an inventory, you spend in it, and that inventory is working. It's like with a car, but making sure. So we have a lot of old Mercedes, old timer on the streets, and they look like new because all the spare parts are available here. So there's you have that available, and you can buy that and fix that, and I think that's pretty important to keep the inventory, the worth high of that thing, and it works. And honestly, update, and I mean, this is what we are doing. I don't know what the other guys are doing, and of course, it depends on the electronic and the microcontroller what you have built in. But the thing is, even those lights that we made, for example, in 2015, when we come up in the future with new software updates, you have a new light because software is everything.
Awesome. What's next, Justin?
Let's go to the Mini, because again, we talk about this as a suite of products, and I know you have the Mini right there, so I want to talk about the Mini. And this is the single LED diode uplight.
A Mini in amber.
Mini in amber, I love it. So you have the Mini and the Maxi, right? Maxi has the 3 LED diodes. So if you have them next to each other, let's see them, and then let's hear from you where you see them working and why you design them as far as the application and where you see them being used.
The Maxi is something like an all-rounder. You can nothing do wrong with the Maxi because that works indoor and outdoor, even on the highest ceilings. It has enough power, big battery, and so the Maxi is a bread and butter device here. And the Mini is lighter, smaller. It comes with 1 LED instead of 3, which what the Maxi has, right? And it's made for decoration indoor. So I wouldn't use a Maxi outdoor. honestly, because it's not bright enough for that. It's just one LED. It's a 15-watt LED, and it's I wouldn't use that outdoor. For outdoor applications, Maxi but for indoor, if you have a ceiling height in a regular living room, for example, the Mini is absolutely fine. I mean, in my living room at home and in my bathroom, I'm having Minis at home. I love that, and it's bright enough and it's good for that. And this is the only difference. So it's the size, and at the end of the day, the Mini is more inexpensive than the Maxi, right? It's cheaper. So
And like
that's all.
from an events DJ perspective, again, where I talk about using them together, the Mini is something where maybe you don't have as many of them, but they have an application in, lighting up a dais table, or, in another part of the room where a Maxi may be too much. So there are uses for this, and it's all about having the right tool for the application, So
Right.
I see how a Mini can have a lot of use in different areas, like you said, where the Maxi is definitely the workhorse. It's the major perimeter uplight, but the Mini, you know what, to have a few of those and to be able to use them in different applications and still have them in the same ecosystem makes a lot of sense to me. So
Right.
those are the major differences. And what would you say are the top three things, but of the Mini and the Maxi that you find that customers love the most?
I think one of the big things is that the surfaces of all the lights are flat shaped, and so you can. So let's do an example here. I mean, we're having a beer here, right? So, I mean, a beer bottle is brown. That's not good. But hey, there's a bottle, right? And so, I mean, doesn't look that nice, and the surface and the housing, it's very stable, so you can load that surface with a lot of weight. So, and this is perfect for that. With a Maxi is too big for that, because the shape of the bottle doesn't cover the LEDs completely. So that's not perfect for that. But for a Mini, of course. So, and it's a play together of all the lights. And when you have a light task, a application in a room, or you have at a wedding, you have the venue, you have the walls, you have the gastronomy part with the tables and with the decorative things, so like centerpiece lighting. And at the end of the day, it's up to the fantasy of the one who is decorative, or is what is the term in English? The person which is doing the decoration on the table. You know what I mean, right?
Right.
Yeah. Let's go to our audience real quick before we get into the stick, and then I wanted to. This is a question that I got a lot. We put it out to our audience, as far as what would you ask the owner, the managing director of Ape Labs, and this seems to be. I saw this one a lot. Any plans in making a moving head? And without, of course, releasing any behind-the-scenes information, that's been something that we've gotten a lot. So there seems to be a demand for it.
I have an honest answer to that regarding that moving head question. So we love the idea of moving lights, first of all. But honestly, I hate that when there are moving components and those things. We will make in the future, not this year, and I think even not next year, because that takes really time. Something that makes a moving light, not moving light in one word, a moving light, right? But I can tell you now, or I can't tell you now how that device will look like. But we thought about that, of course, and we loved it. And the next thing is, and you know why we had also the thing, or we talked about internal about a moving light. The point is, a moving head or a scanner it's always it's horrible to make the setup for that. I mean, every regular moving head, you need so the standard programs are shit, right? I think everybody confirms standard program of a moving head is shit. So this automatic mode, so nobody needs that. But you can make very nice nichos, but you need the skills of DMX. And for a regular light technician, no problem, DMX standard. But what if you could have a moving light and it works without DMX and all that complicated programming, and this is what we are thinking about. So in the future, not this year and not next year, because this is a project that needs time.
Yeah.
But we love the idea. Yes, we love the idea.
I see something completely unique, I think, from you in that direction, and maybe it's something that we haven't even thought of yet.
We love extremely the idea of a moving light, but not moving light in one word, okay?
Right, yeah, I get it.
Hey, listen,
from
my perspective, I'd say,
what's up, Brandon?
Stick with what you're doing. I'm a big, I would say stick with what you do well. I love when a manufacturer makes a product and listens to the community, but at the same time just doesn't make products because. So as much as I respect the request on the comments to say, why aren't you making a moving light? Because making a moving light is maybe not the core of why you created Ape Labs. So, and maybe you won't do it as well. So continue to make the products that you make better than everybody else, and let the other guys make a moving light, and let the other guys make headphones and speakers, and do what you do well.
That's
just how I feel.
That's the point. Exactly. Thank you for that words. That's exactly
Luca Miller says Ape Labs needs to come to Canada. Luca, we ship to Canada, so just let us know and we can get it to Canada, no problem. Ape Labs USA, we ship it out, no worries. You can have it anywhere. And thank you for watching, Luca. If only the coin would work with no wire hanging and had a built-in battery, would be a game changer. It would also be a can.
So the question was the coin without the wire, right?
He basically said that what is a can, and what people don't know, and I just learned, is that there is a somewhat of a mounting bracket now available for the can that will allow you to hang it, right?
Oh yes, we have. It's the I think you call it swivel ball adapter. We call
yes, like a socket adapter.
Yeah.
But you can hang the can, and that has the battery built in. So Lou, if you're looking for a product like that, buy the can. Reach out to me, buy the can, and I have adapter for it, and you're all set. I had a same question from somebody yesterday, which is why I really wanted to do this.
But Justin, there is this little adapter with a extremely strong magnet. This the swivel ball adapter. This is available in the US from Ape Labs. You can mount it here in that thread, or even here. Oh, there is a camera. So have a look. We have.
Mark, are you watching this? Mark Tessino, you had this question.
There are the threads.
Love it.
And okay, all right, and these threads are for that adapter with that magnet, this swivel ball adapter. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you go to Ape Labs USA, they have a great listing of each product and then all the accessories that are available with those products. So check out Ape Labs USA and to dive in deeper, or of course reach out to me. Any comments? If you're watching this back on the replay, by the way, thank you to everyone on YouTube and Facebook watching this back on the replay. Drop your comments down. I answer all comments, so feel free to ask any questions. If I don't know, I'm going to be texting Julius at 2 in the morning, asking him questions, and he's going to answer me back. Don't worry. So we're here to help you, and we want to answer any questions that you have on Ape Labs. So I want to talk about, do you have a stick in front of you?
The stick, the Ape Stick?
Yeah, the Ape, yeah.
Yeah, the Ape Stick is here.
Yeah, so I want to talk about the stick a little bit, because the stick is what really turned me on to you guys. Because when I first saw it, I tell this to people, I said, I saw a picture, right? Just a picture. and I saw a couple of videos or whatever, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I didn't get it, right? Then I got a 4-pack, and I literally opened it up, I turned it on, and I said to myself, holy cow, what can I not do with this? And it totally changed my mindset when I understood the magnets were built in. You can angle them, right? You can hang them vertically. You can hang them horizontally. I put them up on the drop ceiling above my studio. So if you're in a dance or a catering hall, I know a lot of people that put them up on the ceiling, and they actually create a really great, not too bright dance effect that strobes and goes along with the music.
Right.
I've seen a buddy of mine, I just posted a video, who created like a tower of sticks with cans. And the thing I love so much about the stick and then the suite of products is like, you can create a different lighting experience on every job. You can really customize the way that a room looks by having 2 or 3 of the Ape Labs products. It's incredible. So that's one thing that I really like about it. And the stick for me is probably my favorite product. But I want to hear a little bit about what you think about the stick. And I know Jason, I've already sold
I definitely
him,
want to
so
tell you about
Jason,
the stick. Yeah.
Let's get your perspective first. What do you think about it?
So the versatility and the portability of this thing is you have to look on a scale outside of just DJing. I mean, I deal with a lot of people that build art cars for Burning Man. The new thing in the United States is doing these birthday parades where kids, where the parents drive the cars past the kid's house. I mean, with it being battery powered, magnetic, programmable, to be in the middle of the desert and build an art car with LED without having everything hardwired with a generator and circuit boards. I mean, to be able to build something even outside of our world that could be used in everyday life. I mean, just think of an emergency situation in a school or a hospital, to be able to stick these things up and they just light hallways, or, building art things in the desert. I mean, you have to look at it way outside just a catering hall or a Sweet 16 and say, what can I do with lighting? And there's so much more to be done, where I'm just thinking, like, who else can I pitch this to that's not a DJ? Who, what other industry?
Jason, our buddy Jason, who has the party Jeep.
The party Jeep. I think about him all the time. Yeah.
He has like a traveling Jeep. It's a, you know what a Jeep is, Julius. And he has turned his Jeep into a traveling club. And he's like, dude, I need sticks, linear sticks, but they got a stick and battery. I'm like, dude, Ape Lab sticks. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So
we got to send him some video of Jason doing that. Yeah.
But in the post-pandemic world, like, who knows where we're going to be? And you don't know where you're going to be DJing anymore. It could be out of your Jeep, like it could be anywhere. So having the portability, the battery, the wireless, and the simplistic use just makes so much sense for the world that we're moving into. And, the uniqueness of the product, and also, like I said before, being able to be really creative with lighting and not just throw your lights up the same way every time. Like, look at a room and say, oh, awesome. The sticks will look good here. The Maxis will look good there. I'll put some minis in the corners over here. Listen, I'm not spending everybody's money. I understand. But what I'm saying is that from a business side, there is a lot of ROI that you can get from using lighting the right way. And this suite of products allows you to do that.
Well, and
so
we deal with people that buy products from us that are also outside the industry. So like dance studios, schools, churches, all of these places where there are volunteers or maybe younger people or older people that aren't into the technology or have the time. When they look at this product, in that if you buy a stick, there's only one model. It's not 25 different models for different, light dispersion or different colors. It's one model. You could give it to somebody that's inexperienced with the remote and they'll go, I got this. It's no problem. But with traditional lighting, there's a learning curve that people have to learn, and they don't want to deal with it. If I were to go into a dance studio and say I could outfit your whole dance studio with a sound system and lighting, and they're like, we don't want lighting, we don't want to have to pull wires and all these different fixtures, like, no, click, 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 your dance studio is now a nightclub. I mean, that's how I approach all of this stuff, even outside of what we do every day, is you have to go beyond just who we already know and see where else we could do it. And I think after this, Justin and I will have more of an ability now to hit those people and say, all right, we got the DJ's attention. Now we need everybody else's attention.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the goal here is to find products that are going to enhance businesses, and these products will enhance your business. It's a no-brainer. And I'm someone who understands the entertainment side and the business side of ROI and return on investment. And it's like I said, as soon as I really started to get into it, I just saw what I could do and what I could create. So I know a lot of people have already been down this road, and again, this is not a new product, but I think a lot of people haven't seen it the way that it can be seen, and I wanted to make sure that we represented it right. What do you think about what are your thoughts on the stick? Because that's my favorite product. What about you, Julius?
I love all my babies, of course. Depends what you want to do. Right?
What a good father you are. That's the right answer.
No, when I started with the sticks, a friend of mine come up and said, "Hey, I have a gastronomy." Oh, there's a fly. I have a gastronomy, or a friend of mine has gastronomy in his those sun umbrellas, those umbrellas. Okay, so and he needs light under his sun umbrella. So, and this is why I started with the stick, and we said, okay, because he came up and said, I just need warm white, and okay, but hey, if we're doing a stick, then we make that correctly and we make it compatible. We're doing an Ape Labs product out of it, and this is the story of the Ape Stick. And Jason, as you said before, everything is so complicated. When you have a look on the Ape Lab things, we have just here, there is one button, there is one button, and there is not a single button. I hate that. 5 buttons, push this and that and here, and keep it simple. This is what we say. We say, oh, it's on the back, right? It's on the back.
I hope so.
Can you see that?
Yeah, keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple. This is what it should be, right? Because everything else is so complicated.
Yeah, it kind of, I don't want to use this name, but it's like, if Apple made lighting, it's kind of like that closed network, really just easy to learn. Like, it kind of is intuitive, and like, I figured the remote out in a few minutes, just kind of messing around with it, I'm not that great with lighting when it comes to programming. I'm really just a sound guy. I'm an audio guy. I really like to DJ and mix.
Justin, sorry to interrupt you. And
it's okay.
I mean, even my mom and my grandma can control the lights. But
is she there?
Not today.
Let's see her do it.
But, no, the point is, professional people in this industry, they have what is the term, efforts? No, what okay, so the professionals, they need DMX, they need 8-bit, they need 16-bit, they need all that high-end features, what it takes on a professional stage, or what you
I just pulled into the beautiful
what a professional product must have. And the Ape Lab things also have this. But let's say 90% or 95%, even from professional users. Hey, is there any? Jason?
No, he's still here. It's okay.
He's still here. Okay. Even professional, the professional users, they have all their features, what they need for on our lights. But like I said, 90 or 95%, even from professional users, when they have just a wedding or something like that. In the past, they said, "Hey, no, we control everything with our light desk and with DMX, and I don't need your little remote because it looks like a little like a
toy."
Like a toy. Thank you. But then they figured out that works. It's reliable. Thank you. And
what's the biggest What was the biggest install you ever worked on? How many fixtures in one place was the most?
900 Maxis on one time, and everything
Wow.
controlled individual. So every light was controlled individual with wireless DMX.
900 lights, 900 Maxi lights.
900. We made some ladders. We made some ladders with that. And
do you have a section on the website that shows some of the installations so people can see?
It's on the website of Ape Labs.
Awesome.
The Maxi below, below the Maxi product, you can see the video. It says Ape Labs Maxi Castle. It was on a castle hill, on the hill in the front of a castle. It looks, it's really nice.
Awesome. I think what Justin's doing, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but he said earlier that we had somebody on site at a venue that's about to actually do. So I think that's what Justin's working out right now. I think that he pulled himself off a screen.
He sent me a video, and I'm getting the video to show, and then he's gonna,
so it's not live.
Yeah, he hit a little traffic, and he's actually doing a gig with Ape Labs lights right now. Oh, here he is. Here he is. All right, let's bring him on. What's up, Anthony? We were just talking about you.
I see his name, Anthony.
Hold on.
Yeah, he's probably got.
All right.
But if you have the video,
we'll try him in a minute. Let me boot him.
All right.
And we'll try him again.
So Justin, while you were doing that, they have an install, which was like at a castle that they did event. 900 Maxis on one universe.
What
were you controlling it with? The remote?
No, with wireless DMX, and we had 4. It was I think we used 4 universes, 4 WFs. So we made 4. Okay, you're not a lighting guy.
Right.
So with wireless DMX, on one universe you have 512 channels. We use for that 4 WFs. We can make them control parallel, no problem. And that was amazing. So because we had that ladders and we made chasing effects, color roll effects all over that, and it was on a big area. So it was not in a room, and it was like a football field big or twice the size. It was huge, really. We came with drones and we filmed everything with drones because it was so huge.
That's amazing. So I'm looking at your space that you're working in right now, which is a super cool space. Those are not the sticks behind your head. Are those just longer adapters of the can?
Hold on.
I think it's a coin.
Uh-oh.
It's a coin.
No, so that's the single.
It is an Ape Light Mini.
Mini.
Yeah, well, I think it fits everything, actually.
It's a mini with an adapter. We just call that Ape Light Mini Tube. That mini tube comes with this little X adapter here. Just unlock the screws, put the metal sheet on it, this little X here, lock the screws again, and that's it. That's a thread on it. By the way, you can even use the light when this X is mounted because the optic is not covered.
It's not in the way, yeah.
So there's a thread. But now the good thing is, take this tube, and even the tube, and we have an extender for that. You can make that up to a height of 2 meters. What is that in inches or
6 feet?
6, yeah. So, but now I just take this adapter here.
Wow.
And there is a thread here. Sometimes the connection of the video is poor. So, and then just like this, okay? Take the tube and then turn it on. And then there we go.
That's cool.
So you turned your regular Ape Light Mini, and this is one of the benefits that I forgot when we spoke about the Mini before, is this Mini tube, because this is, I mean, this is stable, it's rock and roll, okay? And now you have a tube, and the weight of the Mini makes it the stand of the whole device really, really good. And dismantling is easy. I mean, it's just those 3-4 threads and that's it, right? And even with that axe, it fits in the flight case in our tour pack. So everything is good. And now we have a soft bag for this. This just arrived here in the office. This new bag, soft bags for that, to transport even that. But it's made of polycarbonate, so you cannot break it. It's not acrylic, it's polycarbonate. It's robust.
Wow. I like that. I've wanted to ask the whole time what product was that. So
yeah, it's the Ape Lab Mini with the tube, right? It says here, Ape Lab Mini tube.
Nice and simple.
Yeah, keep it simple.
All right,
so
Justin.
I think this gives us an opportunity because unfortunately Anthony is not having great access. So I don't think that's a big deal. I think at this point it's going to lead us into control, and I think probably one of the best things to talk about. And let's talk about control. But before we get into the actual products, I'd like you to explain to me, without giving away your proprietary secrets, how in the world music mode works so well.
Next
where
question.
I honestly look at it after when I watch my live streams, and I'm like, it looks like I have a coordinated light programmer. Why is your system work so much better than other systems out there? He's like, how do I say this without giving away too many secrets?
I mean, honestly, we just did our homework. That's all. I mean, you know the game with regular show equipment, so a moving head or regular park can and all that. Sometimes they have that little that podies. What's the term of that when you can control the gain volume of that? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, like a volume microphone type. Yeah.
Sensitivity.
Sensitivity.
But all of us, we know that doesn't work correctly good. And sound active mode, I think the Americans call it sound active, right? We call it
Yes.
sound to light in Europe.
Yes.
Okay. And that doesn't work really proper. Everybody
I'm sorry to cut you off. I personally have learned to call it clap mode because you got to go like this to make sure that it's actually working most of the time.
Yeah.
So I call it clap mode because every mobile DJ has done that. You know you have.
Yeah. But we're working with software. There is a big software standing behind that music mode. There is an automatic gain regulation built in the software. We improved the microphones. Yeah, it's software. It's the microphone. It's the combination of both of them, and that's it. And all the other things are secrets.
Cool. That's really all I wanted to know. All right, so now let's talk about control. And DJs, musicians, like you said before, Jason, aerobic instructors, any place where they require music and lights, everyone I know, 90% of them at least, they're afraid of DMX. They're afraid of programming. They want to.
They don't even know what it is.
Yeah, or they don't. Yeah, exactly. As soon as it is a 3-letter acronym, sometimes you just lose people. So you've created this great system, and then you have very simple control options. So let's talk about the remote first, and we'll go into the W app. So talk to us about the remote and kind of what your origin was from that. And I think it all comes back to keeping it simple, but let's go through it a little bit.
There are not many buttons on the remote control. On the upside, you see that for that 4 LEDs here. It's the group. So there's the group button here, right? And this is one of the most important features of the remote control in combination with the lights, because assigning a group is important. Infrared can support that, and you need different groups or the possibility to control different groups, because in a room like that, we have a couple of 100 square meters space here, and in one corner you want to have a low static amber light or anyhow, and downwards, for example in a cellar, you want to have a disco and chasing colors and strobe effects, something like that. This little remote is transmitting for long ranges all over the whole property here. And so you need to set up the groups. So I show you how that works. And let's take the scan here, right? So all I do now is here, I don't touch anything. I just push this button here. And now you can see group LED number, it's 4, is flashing. So that means this scan is on group number 4, right? To changing the group of that to 1, 2, or 3. I'm doing the same. Oh, that's pretty weird with the camera here. So I'm taking this and then I'm pushing the group button on the remote, and then it's changing the group, so you can see that. And 5 seconds later, it's done. And now this can is on group number 1. Okay, this was important to show you because I think this is one of the biggest and most important features of that remote, and the way to control the lights, having different groups, even if you have, let's say 10 or 20 cans on a wall and you want to make some games with colors. But coming back to the remote, in the middle there's a blackout button. Once you push that, you see the battery status. So because it dims a little or it glows a little green or red, depends on the battery status. So green is over 50 and red is below 50% battery capacity. And you can also deactivate this feature, that if you're hitting this button here, everything is completely blacked out. That's also possible. Then here, brighter and dimming, and just changing programs here. So the first 14 programs are static colors, and if you're hitting the speed or slow down button, it makes a flash. And the last 6 programs on this remote are effects like color chasing and things like that. If you're hitting that speed button, it changes to speed. That's all. And this is the most interesting button. It's a sound active. So we call that music mode button here, right? And that's it, right? That's all. That's Ape Labs. Keep it simple. Only that what you need. So have you ever looked on the remote of your DVD player details? So take your remote control from your TV or from your DVD player. I think there are 30, 40 buttons on it. How many buttons do you need?
Not that many.
That's
a lot.
Mean, honestly, it's play and the selection and menu and pause and maybe forward and reverse, and that's it. But I don't need 40 or 50 buttons on a remote.
I agree.
Yeah, no, I agree too. And I'll tell you that one of my favorite things of the remote is because, again, I'm really into the music, right? But I can hold the remote while like a part of a song is coming on, and you have brightness control. You can change the programs that it's running through. You can black it out. You can change the speed. So while I'm mixing and while I'm DJing, I'm like messing around and having fun with the remote myself too. So just again, as a solo op or someone that might be live streaming at home, it adds another element of fun, you know. And for me, live streaming and DJing has been like self-care, you know, where I've actually used it to get away and to like de-stress a lot more than I have in the past. So, you know, it just works great, and especially for live stream, it's excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
What about the W app?
The W app?
Yeah. That might be a whole different show. We might need to get real deep into that.
Yeah. I mean, the W app, it's a little hub. It's an interface. It's the bridge between your smartphone and the lights, and that's all. And for the people out there that which are having no Ape Labs or no and even not the W app, of course. So you can download the app; it's for free, of course, and have a look on it. We have more features in the app, and I mean, honestly, the W app is just a hardware app because we have two languages. There is the one language that is called this Bluetooth language from the smartphone. And then there is, and Bluetooth is 2.4 gigahertz, by the way. So some people doesn't know that. And even our system is 2.4 gigahertz, but it's different. It's don't ask me for the special term for that. But so it's something like it's a language changer. Just this is what the W app makes. And when you download the app, you can also download new firmwares, and this is also a storage for new firmwares and things like that. And there is a microphone built in. That's a pretty nice feature. You can take the W app and switch into music mode from W app. So that means you have, for example, 100 lights. So no matter which device, which kind, and just place the W app at the right position where you think the music is cool, it's good, and everything is synced then. Otherwise, it's randomly, and every light is doing what the signal or how the signal comes to the light, right? So it's also a great feature. And you can use the W app as a wireless DMX transmitter. And yeah, for the lighting professionals, right? And there is a battery built in for 50 hours. Battery lasts 50 hours in this W app. Long time, so you can use the whole weekend.
Wait, hold on. Let me stop you. So that box, which you're referring to as the W app, is doing all the transmitting. That box is battery powered?
Yeah. 50,
all right, I'm sold.
50 hours. What is that? 4 days, 5 days, 50 hours.
That's awesome.
Yo, the last thing, just to sum up the W app that I want to make sure people are understanding, is that basically whatever your DMX control is, you can output into the input of the W app and still use it and now control your Ape Lab. So sound switch, right? If you're a Serato user and you're using sound switch, you can actually output your sound switch to the W app and now use Ape Labs lights with your sound switch and really coordinate the music, if you even want to go a step farther. So that alone, I've heard that you can do. I've seen that you can do it. So there's just so much flexibility here with Ape Lab. It's not just its own ecosystem. The W app allows you to bring in other control systems and things like that.
Right,
so
right.
One last question I wanted to ask you, because this seemed to be another sticker, and then I know we're running along here, so we want to not take up too much of your time. So
don't worry.
Yeah, we're already over an hour. So
it's like 3 o'clock in the morning his time.
Right? It's an integrated battery, right? So a lot of people ask, what happens when the battery goes bad? So far, in my experience, I have not had anyone with a problem with the battery, so I can't answer that question. You'll have to answer it.
You can swapping the battery by yourself, no problem. We have nickel metal hydride. It's no dangerous lithium. You can switching the battery by yourself, and no problem. And I don't know what the price in the US is for replacement batteries, but I mean in Germany, for example, you can have a replacement battery for a light can for 15 or 16 euros. So and we're talking about an end customer, a retail price. It's not any special deal. So no problem. You can. So it's very easy to changing the battery in the can, and for this light it takes more skill. So for the stick. So yeah, 2 screws here, yeah, and removing this end cap, and then you can pull out the controller PCB, and then there is a stick, the battery stick, but pull it out and there is a connector, a plug. You don't need any soldering tools. Let's say a stick or in a stick and in a mini or in a maxi. Everybody who has who can handle a screwdriver can swap the batteries, and in the can, the grandma can change the batteries. So, and yeah, this
awesome.
But Okay, but just everybody, yeah, of course you can swap the batteries, no problem.
Love it. All right. Well, that was something that seemed to be confusing for people. So I think that's really important to know. And eventually, if a battery goes bad, you don't have to just throw the light out. You swap out the batteries. Pretty simple.
Yeah, just changing batteries. I mean, and honestly,
I love
LEDs are fine. The LEDs, they are living pretty long. I mean, it can happen that an LED goes broken, but not of the lifetime. It's a technical problem. So, and then of course there's a warranty, and we changed it for free. This is not the. We don't need to talk about that. But normally, you know, a LED doesn't go broken, and it's only the battery. The nickel metal hydride batteries, they have a charging cycle 600 times, and then the capacity gets lower. But again, just if you need a replacement battery, it's cheap. So for a mini or a stick or a can, we're talking about in Germany 15-20 euros. Of course, a little more in the US. We have shipping, ocean freight, tariffs, customs fees, and things like that. But we're not talking about 50 or 100 or 150 bucks. You know what I mean? So just to give you an idea of the range, what battery costs. So it's, you know, you didn't get poor if you buy a replacement battery from Ape Labs. That's all I want to say.
I love it. All right, so we're gonna bring this back home, Julius. So first of all, I want to thank you for taking now almost an hour and 40 minutes plus sit here and talk with us and our audience and really help to educate more on Ape Labs products, because we've already debunked the biggest issues that people seem to say out there that we have found are not entirely true. And some of these objections are we've overcome them because we've been able to show Amber. We've cleared up the battery issue. And listen, when it comes to price, because that's the other thing, right? The other thing is they cost too much. So there's two ways we can make that cheaper, right? You can make cheaper lights, which you're not going to do, or get on a plane and go to Germany, right? But is that really cheaper? You know, hey, I could go to China and I could buy everything cheaper, right? But is it really cheaper?
You know, we have the same experience here with products and for daily
yeah,
uses.
I mean,
of course,
I don't want to go too deep into it, but
we are not rich here, and this is not a luxury life here at Ape Labs. It's not like that we're getting rich with selling a light. This is not the case. The point is that all the materials and the whole manufacturing process is in Germany. It's of course we could produce cheap in China. That's not the issue. You can go to China, make that easy. You have to be by yourself in China to check the quality and all that things. But if you don't do that, you get it won't work. It won't work. And I made experience in the past, and this is why I say no. Then I take the other option. We do it made in Germany. It costs a little more, but it's reliable. And you know, my grandfather said, if you buy cheap, you buy twice. And this is the point. And hey, we have a long warranty. We have spare parts every time. It's not like you know, when I go to a distributor in Germany for show equipment and I buy a regular light, it's from China. And if I want to have a spare part for exactly that light 2 or 3 years later, they say, we are sorry, we don't have that anymore. It's you know, it's discontinued. And this, you know, this is not what we are doing with our lights. So we want to have that in long term. And even when, for example, when this, how do you call that, handle or yoke here, and that is broken, no problem, because 10 kilometers away there is a manufactory, and I can, you know, I have here in my background, I don't, if you can see that here, we're doing the we're doing a sampling of some items also here in the back.
yes,
yeah,
I see them.
And,
we have boxes with hundreds of that. I mean, if you want, I can walk you through the building here, and you can see that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
You want to see that?
Take us on a trip. Why not?
Yeah. Let me swap the camera. How does that
So
work?
while he's doing that, I mean, we all know that here in the US, we're about to hit a time where there's going to be a million DJs going out there to do work and, you know, coming in at less pricing with less gear, less quality gear. So for everyone that's complaining about the pricing on it, you know, this is something that it's not just an addition to your DJ business. This is going to be a whole nother segment. And if you just buy cheap lights that you're going to have to replace every day, like, what's going to set you apart from that other company? Like, you can't not be at the gig if the lights are going to break. So this is products that you could rent it, and you can trust that they're going to be working when you get back to pick them up. So,
all right, now you're
we'll
modeling
spend the extra money.
Julius, you're modeling for us, okay?
Hey, okay. So so flipping the camera doesn't work. So, but okay. Anyhow, so by the way, some Maxes here, right?
Gimme.
Can you see that here?
Stacks. He's got stacks on stacks.
Yeah. And
what a clean workspace. You're a man after my heart right here with this clean workspace.
Yeah. And this is not all.
By the way,
thousands of that and during the winter time. So stock is getting lower now. But hey, this is what I said. Here are those screws and those distance things, no matter what the English term for that is. Surface plates are here. This is metal. Metal components with the cover on it. So this comes from a big factory. Thyssen, I don't know. It's like Mercedes. It's a big brand. The metal here. So this is not no cheap shit. The LED optics, for example, here. This is from Italy. It's not China. It's Italy. It's expensive. So, but it's good.
This is my favorite part of the whole show right now.
Don't send me that one that you just threw, though, okay?
Yeah. And
but then again, something tells me it's probably fine.
There's there's a labor desk here. So we're setting that up here because the manufacturing of the Ape Labs product was not in our house. That was external in the east of, or is currently in the east of Germany. But we also set up here our own assembling street. So this is like a setup phase here currently. And, you know, we're getting here professional transport systems and elevators here in that house and printers. By the way, double wall lights here, Ape Labs on the wall. Can you see that?
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah. So, okay.
Except that one random blue one.
The kitchen here, that's okay. So we don't need to see that, right? So at here, this is again, right? This is what we had here in the back all the time when I was here at the computer and we did the show, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And so, downwards, packaging, labor, service is here.
Man, I want to like live there.
It seems like he does.
That's fine with me.
Oh man, I can swear I have.
I almost expected to see like apes working down there.
Yeah, I spent more time in this building than at my home, right? So,
yeah, I'm the same way. I love it. Send those to my house.
Yeah. By the way, this goes to the US, so pickup is on Monday.
Just write Jason on the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are charging templates for cans to recharge them, right? Or we're doing battery recalibration here because when the can is coming from the manufacturing, we need to do first the battery calibration. We do that here. So discharge and then recharge, that the microcontroller and the battery knows what this is like marriage. So the microcontroller learns how big the capacity is, and we have to do that initially at the very first time to make sure that the operating, the runtime of the lights is what it should be, right?
Awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
Thank
well,
you,
this
guys.
was certainly a guided tour.
Time.
Sorry, Julius, I cut you off. Say that again.
All I want to say, thank you guys, thank you community for taking the time, spending the time with me here in Germany. Now it's it's almost 9 p.m. So I can have officially the beer here, right?
Enjoy that.
No, really, this is an honor.
Well, Julius, I want to say thank you for your time. Jason, thank you for your time. Anthony, we're sorry that you had spotty service. I have a video he's going to send. I'll post it later so we can really get a behind-the-scenes look of actually what it's like setting these up on a gig. Julius gave us a behind-the-scenes look of the factory. I mean, this was incredible. I can't. I wasn't expecting that. So thank you, Julius. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And this has really been great. You have created a really strong following here in the United States because, like I said before, when I looked at your product, whoops.
It's not
when I looked at your product, I don't know what I just broke, but anyway, when I looked at your product, I said, I feel like I understand this guy. I think I get him. And then when I talked to you last week, I was like, wow, you're everything that I wanted you to be. Like, and it just made a lot of sense. And now that we're seeing you in person and you're so passionate about what you do, like you really remind me a lot about myself. You remind me of Jason. Like you care.
You're one of us. You're one of us.
Yeah, you're one of us, man. And you're DJs Guru fam, and we want to help to support you because it's a great product. And again, it can enhance people's lives. It can make their businesses better. It can make them get home to their wives and their families faster. They don't have to leave as early because it's so simple to set up. You don't have to go out and buy a trailer, all this different type of stuff. So a lot of advantages. And thank you so much. Thank you for everyone for watching and sticking through us. Everyone watching back on the replay. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. I will answer them. If I don't know, I'll find out from Julius. And we're going to be running specials on Ape Labs. So anyone hit me up. I will have great pricing for you on all the different packages that are offered. And we will take care of you on that. So if there's anything I can do on that respect, let me know. Julius, thank you. Do you have any final words? Jace, you have any final words?
Thank you. Thank you, guys. And thanks, community, for taking the time, spending the time. And I mean, it's not normal to spend one and a half, almost 2 hours now
almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours in a stream to a German guy or manufacturer here. So taking the time for that is special to us. Thanks a lot.
Well, listen, when I make it out to Germany for Music Messe next year, I'll treat you to dinner on behalf of Justin.
Yeah, I mean,
please,
at the end of the day, when I see something that I see value in as a product, I want to make sure I share it with our family here. And, you make a great product. So just thank you. And thank you for doing what you're doing.
Forward. We keep moving forward. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to move forward for sure, man. And, for everyone out there in the events business, we're looking forward to a lot of positivity and great things ahead. So,
Absolutely.
Julius, thank you so much, man. Thank you for your time. Jason, any final words?
I'm content.
You're good? You ready to go?
Yeah, I am.
All right, man. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you on the flip side, all right? Any questions, let us know. Take care.
Take care. Bye.